Oklahoma State University homecoming parade crash is being held on a $1 million bond and has been ordered by a Payne County judge to complete a mental evaluation. This after being held on 4 counts of second-degree murder. And we've learned brand new details from documents filed at the Payne County Courthouse.
Fox 25's Tom George has just obtained the probable cause affidavit, and he begins our coverage live in Stillwater. Tom.
Well, guys, we're hoping that these documents shed some more light on just what she may have been thinking at the time of this crash. We just got the probable cause affidavit a few hours ago, and in it, Adacia Chambers told police that she was suicidal at the time that they say her car plowed into that crowd of people at the homecoming parade on Saturday. Now, today, her lawyer told us that he believes she was mentally incompetent, that she didn't know what was going on, or that she was even in jail. But despite all that, though, a judge thought that this case was severe enough to issue that $1 million bond.
God, love, and faith.
Arm in arm, the family of Adacia Chambers stepped into the Payne County Courthouse, still in shock that the 25-year-old could be accused of causing 4 deaths and injuring dozens of others in Saturday's OSU homecoming crash.
Me and her, I've never seen her take any prescription medication, never used drugs. We rarely drink.
The family says Adacia is a soft-spoken, kind woman and say their hearts are with the victims of the crash.
I wouldn't wish this upon anybody, and it's happened, and I can't undo it. But like I said, my heart goes out to them, and I would do anything for them if I could.
At her initial appearance, Chambers' lawyer says she didn't show any emotion. The state said they needed more time to file charges as they talk with the many victims and witnesses. The DA says she's worried about a 5th person in extremely critical condition. Chambers' lawyer, Tony Coleman, says Chambers seemed mentally incompetent, not even knowing where she was.
When I visited with her earlier today, it is exactly as it was Saturday when I met with her. I said, listen, you are aware that 4 people have been killed. In her response, her look on the face was just blank. And she says, okay.
The judge issued a $1 million bond after the state argued the crimes she's accused of meant she's a danger to the community.
What am I going to do about it? There's no way I can do anything about that.
But the judge also approved a motion from her lawyer allowing a psychological evaluation from behind bars, where Chambers will likely be staying.
Everybody around my hometown calls me Mr. Football because I love football. And now I'm the father of a child who injured those people and killed 4.
Now, in this affidavit, Chambers also claimed that she's had a history of suicide attempts, and in fact, her lawyer tells us a few years ago she was actually hospitalized for a mental health issue and was later released. Now, in the meantime, since that psych evaluation has been approved by the court, her lawyer tells us he's trying to get someone into the jail to talk to her as soon as possible. Now, the prosecution will have another 2 weeks to officially file those charges expected to include those 4 counts of second-degree murder. Now, the next hearing on that case will be right here at the courthouse on November 13th. Live in Payne County tonight, Tom George, Fox 25 News.
And joining us right now to talk about this case is local attorney Garvin Isaacs. Welcome.
Hi. Let's go and talk about it. Tom just showed us the probable cause affidavit, and in it, we were just talking about this, she did admit that she was suicidal at the time of the tragedy. How is that going to play into what happens?